So that's it for Heads of State. And now we're going to go to Bring Her Back. Now, Bring Her Back. I know this is Aussie. I know it's horror because you guys saw it at the Secret Screaming. So, Sean, tell us a little bit about what Bring Her Back is. And I'm sure Sharon will jump in and tell us a bit more as well.
Yeah. Sharon would probably be more eloquent than me. So yeah, so this basically is a story of there's a blind girl and her brother, and something happens, and the brother's a little bit. He's got a few mental issues, and he's being a bit violent. And their father, they live with their father. Their father dies, and so basically they become adopted or fostered. Is it fostered? Is the word
Fostered.
fostered? Yeah,
Foster,
fostered.
he's not 18 yet, so he can't
Yeah, he
become her legal guardian.
guardian. Yeah, so they're fostered, and they go to this. She seems on the surface, she's all sugary and sweet and like proper, But yeah, but there's some rather. She's got some rather nasty ideas, shall we say?
It's like,
And
but
there's
beneath the surface.
beneath the surface, yeah, and she's really manipulative,
Yep.
and she causes situations which don't shine too good a light on the brother.
Okay.
So it's like when she does things, doesn't she? I don't want to give any spoilers, but she does things when the brother's asleep
Yeah.
or whatever, and
You can
they,
see that they're very
yeah,
close, and so she's trying to force this separation between the two
that's it,
siblings,
yeah. So
just to create that distance between them, and an element of mistrust, using
yeah,
their safe word against each other, so that she begins to question her brother's
yeah,
honesty and things like that.
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, and then there's this other foster child who's a bit strange, shall we say? It's just strange to say the least. Doesn't say much. Sort of disappears and eats glass and things, and it's all a bit weird, really.
Mm.
So
And she
and
treats him differently to them.
so she does treat him differently from them, and
Yeah.
yeah, and there's like thing. I mean, I'll give too many spoilers, really. Sharon, you take over and sort of if you can elaborate, and then I'll
Yeah.
give you my
Well, I think
feelings on it.
one of the key themes is this woman. She's been bereaved herself. She's lost her daughter, and it becomes clear by the fact that her bedroom is exactly as it was left. All her things are exactly as they were when she died, and she's become a bit obsessed with her daughter, and um, she's almost like grooming this little girl to become her like surrogate daughter
Mm.
by sort of giving her clothes that her daughter used to wear, letting her have her bedroom. And instead of like changing anything to suit this little girl, she's trying to make this little girl, change to be more like
Become
her
like a
daughter.
daughter, yeah.
So there's forces at work here. And then you get these suggestions that this little boy is not just any sort of foster child, but he is being, again, I would use the word groomed to fulfill her purpose that is connected to her dead daughter.
Mm.
Okay, cool. You guys have very, very, very gamefully tried to tiptoe around anything and tiptoe around spoilers and everything like that. So let's go into it. So obviously, I think you guys you quite liked Talk to Me. I think Sean more than Sharon. Sharon, you thought
Yes.
I didn't stick it out for the whole lot because
No.
I'm
yeah,
not quite into that sort of
yeah. It was a
pseudo-religious
bit
horror.
too gruesome for you. It was a bit too gruesome for you. But
Yeah,
let's go into what do you
not
think about
gruesome.
this one?
I think the subject matter probably in this was
Yeah.
was more in Talk to Me was a little bit more not up Sharon Street, but Sharon, yeah. So, but this one was quite interesting. There was some strange stuff going on with like you saw these old like there was an old VHS copy with some strange sort of rituals going on in the background, and you couldn't really make out what everything was.
What was going
Um,
on. There's a
yeah,
scene at the beginning you couldn't quite work out what that was all about.
exactly, yeah. So, and yeah, and there's some like, should we say, secrets in the shed and the fridges and the freezers and the everything else, and the sort of, there's all like these
There are moments
strange
of
goes
like
on
grotesqueness.
grotesqueness,
It
yeah,
goes from being a bit odd to being quite grotesque,
yeah,
quite shockingly grotesque from
mm,
one scene to another. They do a few minutes where you've got this juxtaposition between what you think is going on, then you turn around and it's like, whoa. So you get that moment so where it is, and I would say you can only really describe it as a grotesque, and I would say there's elements of body horror in there.
yeah, yeah,
Well,
Yeah.
agreed,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think I
So
think I think that knowing the directors, the Philippou brothers, that does sound like them. That does
yeah,
sound like them.
But I mean, on the whole, I thought it was pretty well acted. I thought the brother was he played a really good part.
Yeah.
Um,
It was
and I
well
think
executed for what it was, and you think how they did some of those grotesquerie things.
yeah,
It's like, how did you manage that really? Because
mm,
it really was quite ick. So
yeah,
that was sort of quite clever how they've done it. And they did some things that we weren't expecting because
yeah, they did.
there are certain conventions in horror films,
Yes.
and they broke a couple of them. And you're thinking, oh, actually, I did not see that coming,
Mm,
which was very good. There's the odd thing though we did say at the time that um what this one of the what the principal character um I forget what her name is, to be honest with you now. I want to say
can't remember
Lorraine,
now.
but it's gone out of my head.
I'll find it for you.
There's some things, I would describe them as physical feats that I think were unlikely.
Yeah,
And that's the only thing where you were suddenly taken out of the film when you're going, how did she manage that?
yeah,
That's
I would say that. Yeah,
and so you're in the film and then suddenly you go, hang on, I'm out because I'm
yeah,
that doesn't compute.
yeah,
But I thought on the whole they did deliver it really well. They kept that claustrophobic, that slightly you slightly out off edge. Their cast is very limited, so the world becomes a smaller world, and that sense of isolation, that sense of other, is quite introduced quite well. So they did deliver some good moments in it,
yeah,
definitely.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, it was. I mean, we both, we didn't really dislike it, did we? And I mean, we stayed there and watched it pretty good, and it was quite interesting. It was in it, sort of, yeah, it was interesting how it was done and
I would describe
quite
it as an oddity. It was a bit
oddity.
of more of an oddity than outright horror, but
Yeah,
no, it had some had some interesting moments in there,
it did,
certainly.
did indeed. So, I mean, for this would be a solid 3 star. I think I would give this one. Yeah,
Yeah, I would give it a three. The things that take you out of the film were enough for me to lose at a point
Yeah.
because that's what thing. If you're in this claustrophobic, enclosed world, you've got to stay within that world. As
yeah,
soon as you get jolted out of it, then it takes you a step to get back in again. And there was just a couple of these anomalies where I'm thinking, I don't think that character could physically do
do
that.
that.
It,
And
Yeah,
that
yeah,
took me out of the film enough to go, hang on, that doesn't you can't that
yeah.
wouldn't happen.
No,
And
you
so
better do that.
as soon as you step back from the film, you lose
Yeah.
that atmosphere, you lose that sense
it,
um
And
of
people, if
oppression.
people see it, they'd know the bit we're talking
Yeah,
about.
Sharon, you sound a bit like your rant that you went on 28 years later about climbing up the stairs and
Yeah,
how long it takes people to climb up a flight of stairs and how that just sort of takes you like yeah, oh no, I'm out.
yeah. It's like, well, yeah. What were they doing then for the 20 seconds it took them?
Yeah.
Yes, that
Yeah,
sort of thing.
Okay,
yeah,
Where you think,
no, I want to remind you about that because I know that you were quite
no.
incensed. I know you were quite incensed at that. So okay, so how many stars? 3 stars, you say?
I would give it a three as well because yeah, I think it was good. For what it was, you know what you're getting when you come into anything that's got that sort of picture on the screen and bring her back.
Yeah,
You know, it's not about, sort of puppies and kittens, is it? It's so you know what you're getting.
yeah.
But the odd moment, yeah, sort of take it away from me. So I would definitely give it a strong three, but a three.
For anyone listening, just listening and not seeing us on YouTube or anything like that, Sharon was talking about when she said the picture on the screen, it's the poster for Bring Her Back. Google it, you'll see what she's talking about. Right.